Obviously, Lindsey Graham is dead. No one really cares, to be honest with you. It is kind of funny. Apparently, it was an aortal tear. Just random shit. Happens to old people sometimes. As we all know, he was gay. A bunch of sex workers in DC have, like, been posting about it, how he's, like, shameless and disgusting. Not really surprising. I actually don't know if Lindsey Graham was a rapist. As is often the case with people like him, no one really, like, seems to care. Fox News interrupted their coverage of Lindsey Graham's death in order to announce that the U.S. is carrying out strikes in Iran, which, in fairness, is probably how he would have wanted to go.
Since his 40s, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, more to be uncovered on that, but in the meantime, we have a Fox News alert. CENTCOM says that U.S. forces have begun launching more strikes against Iran just moments ago. The strikes are meant to stop Iran's attacks on commercial shipping.
It's beautiful. It really is. It's perfect. This one's for you. He died knowing Iran won. I hope he was smart enough to know. I mean, Lindsey Graham isn't stupid. He's not a stupid senator. Or wasn't, I should say, past tense. He was pretty good at wrangling Trump, which, I mean, really, this is mostly a loss for the state of Israel. Lindsey Graham was an Israeli state asset who spent an inordinate amount of time during Trump 2 basically convincing Trump to do whatever Netanyahu wanted. That was basically his main role. He was holding blood-faced. Like, he just wanted to see, you know, people smoldering in Iran. And he got what he wanted to an extent, though, of course, on some level, he must have understood that Iran was winning this one. Here's a little bit from The Atlantic, if you will. How Lindsey Graham worked Trump via Mark Leibovich. If you flatter him all the time, he'll lose respect for you. We know this. We've seen this many times. Graham told me of the president. If he had a goal of getting Trump to do something, especially if it involved foreign affairs, Graham would just tell the president that his then predecessor, Barack Obama, would do something that was 180 degrees different. This is a really observable tactic in real life, and it makes sense that Lindsey Graham would apply it because we all know the best way to stimulate the neurons of a fascist is to tell them they're being cucked by a black man. More so than any drive towards, like, personal growth or, you know, self-interest, telling them that they are currently getting fucked by a black man is the best way to get them doing something. Just very reliable. This method can be very effective, Graham told me. Obama drives him nuts. Mr. Trump, Obama wouldn't bomb Iran. I mean, that's literally what happened. Obama led the GCPOA, which he had to negotiate through back channels so Schumer wouldn't fuck it up. Outpouring of support for Lindsey Graham outside his office. Phenomenal. I saw this, yeah. 4 Post-it notes written by the same person. Didn't even try. The problem, right? Like, it's a unique byproduct of our era where people with immense amounts of power and leverage are unloved by everyone. They're not loved by their own. They're not respected by their own. Like, they're immensely powerful, but nobody on any level likes them. I feel like this is unique to our time because, like, at least corrupt emperors, like stupid corrupt emperors, probably kept with them like a close network of like, you know, patronage who like them. But for people like Lindsey Graham, like, nobody actually likes him, you know? How do people like this even get elected? The same way Stevens is probably going to get elected in Michigan. Being a shameless toady for corporate power gets you really, really far. It doesn't matter how popular you are or how charismatic you are. It's my hope the rest of the demons look at the joy at Graham's death and for a brief moment think this will happen when I die too. They don't care. Yeah, the greatest loss here is for the state of Israel. Lindsey Graham was a Christian evangelical, and I mean, to what extent he actually believed in it is immaterial. He probably didn't. I personally believe basically everyone in government is an atheist, but he played to that card and was an extremely aggressive advocate for Trump's interventionism in the Middle East. And it's actually very, very possible that he's irreplaceable. Like, Lindsey Graham might not have a peer in the very, very specific field of getting Trump to do shit that Israel wants him to do. Yeah, who knows? Wasn't he big on Ukraine? I mean, he's big on, like, MIC spending in general. How is it even possible Haley's so close? There's zero support for her? $50 million spent on the race. Are there any big Israeli pushers left in the inner circle? Just Hegseth, right? Well, Lindsey Graham was not unique in being a big Israel pusher. He was unique in that he was good at managing Trump. We know that. We have years and years of anecdotes of Lindsey Graham being really good. Remember that one article we saw where he was, like, testing slogans for Trump? Like, this is the one they're going to remember you for? No, I just love war. Many such cases. Who manages Trump? Well, everyone around there is trying to manage Trump as best they could, you know? I saw Elizabeth Warren and Cory Booker mourning his death. Great stuff, really.
We're learning that longtime Republican Senator Lindsey Graham has passed away. His office says he died on Saturday night after what they call a brief and sudden illness. The statement says Graham's family is asking for privacy at this time. He represented the state of South Carolina in the U.S. Congress since 1995. Let's bring in...
man's been around for a while. Very undemocratic organization.
CNN's Alex Michelson, anchor of The Story Is. Alex, you are on the West Coast there. How are you processing this news that has just come in, the shocking death of a senator who had just been in Ukraine and had just met with the Ukrainian president, and now we're learning he has died?
Yeah, I mean, just posted a bunch of statements onto X yesterday in his official capacity.
It was an aortic dissection, allegedly. He refused to seek care for his symptoms. Well, I believe because we had people around him, like, right up until his hospitalization. Apparently what actually happened was he was feeling very sick, and people were like, go to the hospital, and he was like, no, I have to do this. I have to do this work first. Got to make sure Iran gets bombed, and Israel and Saudi Arabia have normalized relations. And then he fucking died.
Pictures and images of him working over the last few weeks are out there. So this coming out of nowhere, that Lindsey Graham, one of the most important and influential voices in the United States Senate for many years, somebody who has been one of the biggest champions of more United States military intervention.
Well, that's a way to put it.
Somebody who has championed the idea of military intervention in Iran for many years, somebody who's championed the United States relationship with Israel very closely for many years. And now, all of a sudden, there's been so much conversation about Mitch McConnell's medical reality right now. Nobody would have thought
apparently he's
this
alive.
Would come now.
Like I said, Kenjaku shit, for all we know, one of them's piling the other.
It's been an extraordinary life of public service, a controversial life. Somebody who was in the United States House of Representatives for many years, been in the Senate for many years as well, became a close ally of John McCain and Joe Lieberman. They called themselves the Three Amigos. One thing there
was something.
Great, phenomenal, really. Just a non-stop mournful tone. Graham then joked, I can't die now. I still need to do the Russia sanctions, get Iran sorted out, and do Israeli-Saudi normalization. He passed away several hours later. I've only seen Cory Booker's condolences. I haven't seen Elizabeth Warren's. What did Elizabeth Warren say exactly? I saw a quote tweet. What did Booker say? Let me see.
And I'm a brand new senator, determined to do something about mass incarceration. And I hear through Dick Durbin and others that he's the guy to work
Shifted one as well. Shifty shift.
with. And I say, Mr. Graham, sir, I'd like to work with you on criminal justice reform. He seems almost amused by what I said. He goes, Cory, do you understand? I'm in a primary right now, and I'm running against a guy who is batshit crazy. I can't even so much as talk to you right now. Get out of here, man. Come back to me after my primary. And I laughed. And
Klobuchar wrote like 7 paragraphs, disgraceful.
Came back to him after the primary. And true to his word, he rolled up his sleeves and we went to work. And thanks to him and Dick Durbin and some other Senate heroes, our bill became the First Step Act after years, 2 presidents, 2 Congresses, and became law. One of my favorite moments in that negotiation.
Yeah, she called him his friend. Or her friend.
Was at the last minute, I'm trying to force one more thing into that bill. This has to do with children being put in solitary confinement. And I am going at it with this White House official who says, no, hard no. And we're almost yelling at each other. And then he says, I'm going to get Lindsey Graham on the phone and he will tell you. And so he gets the White House operator to connect Lindsey Graham onto the phone. And Lindsey Graham listens for maybe a hot second and then interrupts the guy and says, are you kidding me? We need Cory Booker to get this bill done. We can't do it without him. Give him what he wants.
Man, this is actually like uniquely embarrassing because at least the other ones are like, oh, Lindsey Graham was funny and we'll miss him. But this one is like, actually, Lindsey Graham specifically liked my politics and helped me, Man, I hate Cory Booker. I mean, Cory Booker is just representing the majority opinion of national Democrats here. Like the average national Democrat has politics that are not that distinguishable from Lindsey Graham. They're technocrats who have an enormous in-group privilege, who value patronage and loyalty above everything else. They are basically just a modern aristocracy, especially in the Senate. Yeah, especially in the Senate. That's why all these Democrats, even the relatively progressive ones like Warren, don't treat Lindsey Graham with the contempt that he deserves. They're nice to him, even though nobody in their base likes it. It's because they're not signaling to their base. They're signaling to, the capital class. Hey, at the end of the day, the Senate, we're all on your side here, okay? We get it, okay? Listen, no matter how fundamental the disagreements may seem between Democrats and Republicans, we would never challenge the underlying mirage of civility. Sorry, not civility. Civility, my bad. Civility. Because that's what, keeps people pacified.
And it was in the bill. It's now part of the law of the land. One of the White House negotiators during that first negotiation told me that Lindsey Graham was like an unguided missile. That God, he never knew which way he was going to go, whether he would come back and hit you. But when he was aligned.
Do you think they consider Bernie part of their group? No. Bernie has always famously been, quote, difficult to work with in the Senate because he doesn't do this. Well, actually, I don't know if he said anything about Lindsey Graham. I genuinely don't know. I have not checked. But I can tell you that historically, Bernie Sanders has been considered like an outsider in the decades that he's worked in the Senate, in large part because he doesn't engage in this nonstop show of bipartisanship.
When he would be in the right place at the right time, man, he could get things done that other people couldn't and bring a lot of light and new possibilities to the efforts.
Look at this.
I am stunned at Lindsey Graham's death.
This is for nobody. There's no constituency, nobody who would vote for Cory Booker likes any of this, but it's not for them.
He is reunited with his friend, John McCain, that they both are experiencing God's love.
Jesus Christ.
Grace, mercy, and forgiveness. My prayers are with his family and all those who loved and cherished him. I will miss my perhaps most unexpected friend in the Senate and someone with whom I got some good things done.
It's not just Booker. You know what this reminds me of a lot? This reminds me of a lot of the confusion that people felt whenever they see really big, pro-AI speeches at graduation ceremonies at universities. They'll get booed by the students, and people will be like, I don't get it. Why are these, tech executives being brought up on stage to give, glazing endorsements of, AI tech to a bunch of students who know their jobs are being threatened by that same technology? It's not for you. This is what a lot of people miss, and I think it's why a lot of people don't understand why the Democratic Party is the way it is. It's not for you. It's not that they don't know they're going to get booed. They're aware of that. What they're trying to do is convey an image of uniformity, of fatalism. It doesn't matter whether you like us or not, we're here. Your hate proves my strength because I can go up here and give a speech to a bunch of booing students, but it doesn't change a damn thing. Your boos are meaningless, That's the point. So when you see stuff like this, remember, it's not for you. Cory Booker is not detached and trying to win over the love of his constituency in a ineffective way. I mean, he is detached, but that's not why he's doing this. What political parties are for the people? It's not a party, but you can always join the DSA. From Warren, a much less pathetic and groveling one, but still pathetic and groveling. Even though we disagreed on much, he was always willing to negotiate with humor and wit. Adam Schiff complimenting him. I'll remember his sense of humor. He was allegedly quite funny. And how he deployed it to move his policy positions forward. At least Adolf Hitler was a vegetarian, etc., etc. Look at that, man. 1K quotes, 144 likes. Really good stuff. God damn, man. Fucking grim.
President, you obviously launched a fresh round of strikes overnight. Iran said
that audio, huh?
Overnight, the Strait of Hormuz is closed. CENTCOM came out this morning and said the Strait of Hormuz is open. Which is it, Mr. President? And how are you going to respond?
And I don't want to talk about it because I want to honor the life of Lindsey Graham, so I don't want to talk about it. I told you that before the call.
Yeah.
It's just what he would have wanted.
Open. We bombed the hell out of them last night. They're very, very evil and sick people.
The Warren one sucked, but it was not that horrible. Lindsey Graham's politics are genuinely apocalyptic. Lindsey Graham, if he got what he wanted, would kill more people than did Hitler in the entirety of World War II. His politics are world-endingly bad. nothing but contempt should be shown for him. I genuinely think that, like, at a minimum, every Democrat should be spitting at his grave. I don't consider this like an edgy position. I don't think it's edgy to say shit like, "Oh, it's good that Hitler's dead." Like, this is how far the Overton window has moved. Like, the bar has shifted so much now that you get this, like, coddling, who's an edgy boy, who's an edgy boy. Dog, I don't think it's edgy. He was just, like, really evil. Yes, he was also gay. That was the main problem. Yeah, for sure, 100%.
All just absorbing this news. We are all in shock.
I don't know if I can tolerate this audio for a 7-minute, 30-second interview. Trump, quote, remembered Lindsey Graham on Meet the Press, claiming he talked to him, quote, minutes before his death, and describing his passing as a big blow to the Save America Act. Trump went on to say he already has a replacement for Graham in mind, and then shot down Kirsten Walker's attempt to ask him a question about Iran. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Very good. My liberal grandmother called him bipartisan. I don't think that people know that. Do you think your liberal grandmother might be mistaken about his alleged bipartisanship because Democratic leaders refuse to call him out for how bad he is? Like, do you think the fact that Democrats nonstop lie and frame him as some kind of, like, you know, reasonable, funny guy who worked towards the betterment of America even if he disagreed on the means, do you think that might contribute to your grandmother's misconception? Wow, this is like a crazy pause frame. Trump endorsed Graham's sister for Senate? Yeah, why not? We don't really have a democracy anyway. That's what makes me hate the defense of him through a queer lens. It's not real. Anyone defending Lindsey Graham through a queer lens is a Mossad agent. You don't need to take it seriously or pay attention to it. They're not real people.